again, your bright and shiny faces, except for one or two. Clayton still looks like he's kind of sleepy. Welcome to our coffee and conversation this morning. And can you believe it's almost spring break? I don't know what happened to this year. It's just, anyway, it seems like we just went through spring break. But we have our regular presentation by the city, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and our departments to talk about what we're expecting and what we can all expect as residents and business owners. Before we start, I just want to let you know of a couple events that we have coming up. On the 17th, at the Convention Center is a job fair. So if you are looking for staff, employees, make sure you sign up for that. If you're looking for a job, well, take your resume and go for it. Then on the 24th, we have a new benefit at the Chamber. It's called Lunch and Learn. And this is an opportunity for business owners to invite people in that they might be interested in what this business does. Our first one is on the 24th, and these will take place over lunchtime. Lunch is provided. And our first one is on Medicare. It's United Healthcare, and they're going to be doing a presentation on Medicare. I know some of you think, oh, that's years and years away, but it's not. Trust me, it's not. It gets here as quick as spring break does. And then on the 24th, no, that's the 24th.
No, 23rd.
That's the 23rd. And then on March 9th, right before spring break gets started, we'll be back here for coffee and conversation. And we've got already our speakers scheduled, so you'll have to come and see what that's all about. Anybody in here not a chamber member? Wow, very nice. Either that or just too scared to raise your hand. Well, because if you're not, Beverly, oh, well, you just live here. I said, who are you two? Who is this? I just live here. I said, well, okay. Anyway, let us know what the chamber can do for you. We are here all the time, and our job is to serve you. So let us know. Come up with a new idea, run it past us, and let's see. Maybe it'll be a great one. I want to introduce our city manager, Randy Smith, and he is going to take over from here.
Good morning. Randy Smith, as she said, city manager, and this is going to be my 14th spring break, so we're continuing our fun. As we know, spring break isn't what it used to be years ago, even before I was the police chief. And it's been dwindling down a little bit, but our numbers have still been real good. But the city's been desperately trying to move towards more family-friendly atmospheres, which diminishes the amount of arrests and traffic jams and things like that just by the sheer dynamics of the folks that show. Yet the monies rise up in the spending because families tend to spend more money and better behaved, obviously. So with that said, just reassure that we know we have lots of tenured staff that's been doing this for years, and that's the good thing, is that they're very engaged in what's going on. I guess where the mysteries always are is the promoters and the performers that are where we need to move our resources to so we can better address the needs of the city. We don't really learn those till right at the end because they have a very competitive field that when they're signing up, they got to get in just fast enough to be able to sell those tickets, but they don't want to get in too fast because they become competitive with other places. So it kind of gets weird, and we have to keep our finger on the pulse of what's going on, where the entertainment is, and what's happening. But I can tell you that there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that goes on. Y'all get to see the police department and the fire department and these other agencies that come help us out in the field working. But there's also our HR department is super busy doing all the hiring. Liability-wise, we got a lot of things that go on behind the scenes where we have to actually hire the employees and get them covered under city insurance. And there's just a whole lot of things we do. The meal planning, the watching for short-term rental party breakouts and massive parties that may break out up and down streets where they're selling tickets and doing other types of illegal activity that aren't allowed in certain zoning areas. So we have our fingers on the pulse of what's going on, and we're continuing to hire all the right people and do all the right things to make sure that we keep traffic flowing and the jail running safely, and that we know what's going on with all the events. But with that said, I'm going to introduce Blake. He's our CVB director. He's going to talk a little bit about the way he sees the hoteliers and the STRs and what may be coming up for this spring break, and then he'll introduce the police chief, etc. Thank you all.
My first spring break. Looking forward to it. Most folks consider spring break as Texas week, but for us at the Bureau, we're highlighting the entire month of March because our goal is to increase traffic for both the collegiate and family demographics. Last March I believe we had over 2.1 visitors. We expect that number to increase this year. We're also coming off a great fiscal hot season for hotel and occupancy taxes. We received record growth in that department, and we're on a strong trajectory right now as it relates to this year. Very impressed by the numbers. I was just looking Tuesday. We're in February. It was great weather. I was over at the Burning Center, both Burning Center and the Turtle Lake have little parking lots. And I was just walking around inside both of their properties, and it's just amazing to see that, the foot traffic that we're experiencing here in February right now. So hopefully for your businesses, you're experiencing that overall business. Booking windows have shortened. Normally it's around 21 days, we've been experiencing now we're seeing 18 days. So shorter booking windows, but we expect increase bookings in both STRs and hotels to increase shortly.
Can you tell them what STRs are increasing?
Oh, sorry, short-term rentals.
Too many acronyms.
Yeah. Thank you. On the collegiate side, best attraction for the collegiate group will be the new headliners coming to South Padre Island. These big names will draw in large crowds. And the first concert will begin on March 11th and run through the week ending on March 18th in both North and the South end of the island. If anyone needs information regarding about headliners, anything related to these concerts, visit our spring break page at sopadre.com. So Clayton here, very excited about what he has at his property. It's going to be a huge draw. We're expecting a large number of college students to be first-time visitors to South Padre Island. So, including me. I'm sure the chief police will talk about traffic on the boulevard, people crossing the crosswalks when we stop. When lights pop on, you for it or not. So we have to watch out for traffic. We continue to promote our island. We're doing our best there with our digital billboards and all we can to remind our folks in the RGB that this is their tool and their benefit as they continue to visit us, especially on the shoulder side. Forgive me if I'm reading up. There's a bunch of notes here. I just want to get all this info out to you. STR bookings are currently at a higher rate than hotels, signifying that we expect more families to visit our island this year, which is a great sign too. Beach Reach, this organization provides safe rides and meals, especially pancakes, for our spring breakers. I believe one interesting note, they served over 18,000 pancakes last year. That's pretty impressive, so shout out to Beach Reach. And I'll open up to some questions, but I'd like to state that the overall state of our tourism for this island is strong. We're on a good trajectory right now. I'd also like to thank my staff who are here We work tirelessly every day to bring our first responders. I'm open to further questions, and my staff have further questions. All right, go spring break. Introduce our fabulous Chief of Police, Ms. Claudia.
Morning, everyone. My name is Claudia McCallum, the police chief here, and this will be my 25th spring break. So it's been a while. But I'm holding my phone right now so I can give you some numbers from last year, just to let you know where we were at last year. And, you know, who knows where we're going to be at this year, but we are prepared. So last year, for the month of March, we ran about 3,600 calls for service. So during Texas Week alone, which we'll say is the weekend before, the week of Texas Week, and the weekend after, we ran about 1,600 calls for service. So that's over 200 a day. So it was a busy enough spring break for us. The arrests for the month of March were 344, and for Texas Week were 244. So we were kept busy last year. I'll start off with talking about our resources, because I know that's always on everybody's mind every year. We've reached out to all our partners, as we always do: Texas Parks and Wildlife, Homeland Security, DPS, surrounding agencies, and they've all committed to support us again this year for spring break. We've also been actively hiring our added staff. We hope to have an extra 25 to 30 officers. We have a traffic division, 15 to 20 people. And we'll have a jail division to support the needs of our inmates, and hopefully that'll be about 15 to 20 people, and they'll work around the clock to make sure everybody's safe and secure. One of the issues I'm sure that everybody's wondering about, and I did actually get a call back this morning, is in reference to the causeway. I talked to TxDOT. We all are concerned about the traffic, particularly us, and the shortage of lane space, etc. And their plan is to have it clear come spring break. I gave them the dates of our high impact times, and you know, they're working to try and get the contractor to get it done, get it cleared up, and allow for smooth transit between the island and the mainland. So hopefully that will be the case, and we won't have any issues with traffic. We will have our social media team working, as we do. We started this initiative a few years back. Our PIO/City Secretary, Nikki Soto, was working with staff to show them. Plus, we have our intel analysts that come out, and we have around-the-clock social media team monitoring hotspots, parties that get going and cause problems with parking, traffic, and of course, the more alcohol that's involved, the more aggression and fights that we have. So we try to monitor that and nip it in the bud before it even starts. Other than that, everything for us pretty much is the same. It's our partners that we've worked with in the past are familiar with us. It's the same partners. It's the ones that come out here every year for the last 4 or 5 years. We've got a great collaboration with them, developed a program for us. And I bring it up here because it will have a space where there's a public portal, and you all can go in as business owners or residents and put your information into the system, so that if we get alarms, if we get anything on your property, we have a key holder. A lot of times when we respond to alarms, key holders have changed. We haven't been updated on the information, and then following that, we don't have time, or we don't have the ability to get a hold of the actual owner to come check the property and secure it. So this will give the public an avenue to go in and update their information, as opposed to calling us or filling out a form and stuff like that. They'll go right online and take care of business. It'll also allow you to register pets. Sometimes we have loose pets and we can't find their mom and dad, so it'll allow you to do that. Give us a description of the pet. Persons in our community that are at risk. It'll allow you to let us know where they live. Persons that have illness, sickness, that may not be in all their faculties all the time. It'll give you an ability to let us know where we need to go to contact the family. Key holders and vacation watch. I'm trying to think here. Vacation watch. If you're leaving town for a couple of weeks, you'll be able to go in there and put your information into a secure site that will let us know so that we can keep an extra eye on your property. We can drive by, we can ensure your property's safe. If we see anything, of course, you'll have put in your key holder information. We'll know how to get a hold of you. So that's the new initiative that we're trying to go live with on March 1st. When we do that, we'll put it out on our Facebook site with the link and everything else that you'll need to get in and access our portal. Other than that, does anybody have any questions? I think I'm hitting everything. Karla?
I have a comment and a question.
Sure.
The first, I guess, comment is that I think everyone here and in our city should feel very safe with your help. I've known you for years, and what you do for our community is amazing. The staff that you've created are amazing, and I just want to thank you so much, Chief. The federal agents that come in, same thing I'm seeing. They're well marked, top notch. But I'm a little concerned about that other group that's brought in. Last year there were several that weren't labeled as law enforcement. So I don't know what influence you have over that, but it wasn't the federal. They already know and are correctly labeled. It's that other group that don't have who they belong to, and it's a little more difficult to find out what agency they're from.
Yeah. So I think you're talking about those that have just generic police designs that are...
Like camo. There were several in camo that weren't marked. What agency they were in.
Okay, the ones that are generically marked, and this is the difficult part, that most of them will belong to us. Or we will know they're not from our agency, but they're working to assist us. But they're not representing their own agency. They're working under our banner to assist us with traffic and jail and everything else. The good thing is a lot of those guys are now repeat visiting police. They come back year after year, so they know our community, they know what's expected of them, and I'm happy, and I know Lieutenant Silva, Captain Herrera is here somewhere. I know we're all happy to have, if there's an issue with any of our extra employment or any of our outside sources, to please reach out to us. You might not get me early in the morning because I'll be working till late at night, but you will get one of us. I mean, it's Captain Juan Herrera in the back, and then Lieutenant Gilbert Silva over here. They have both been working spring break for longer than me, maybe 26, 28 years, somewhere back there. 27, there you go. So they're my right hand, and if there's any issue with any extra assistants that we have working with us, please let us know. And sometimes, and I'll just throw this out there, a lot of these businesses will hire outside security. They'll hire police officers from other jurisdictions, and with that, they also come generically marked, just with police badge and gear. And so sometimes it's hard to deviate which is ours and which is not, but definitely if there's an issue with any staff member that's working under us during the month of March, please feel free. My email is available. You can get a hold of me anytime. Everybody does. So please feel free to reach out so that we can take care of that issue if there's any issue related to that. Yes, sir.
I realize it's TxDOT, but do you have any idea, will we have both lanes open on the bridge inbound for spring break? Any idea?
So I did talk to TxDOT this morning. I had sent them a message yesterday, and I asked for kind of specific dates, and they were very wary to give me one, other than they got behind on the project, and they did say they were given kind of carte blanche to move forward as quickly as possible, so they're working round the clock now. You see them a little bit more in the evening and after dark, but they did not give me a hard line. I said I would reach out to them again. They have a supervisor. They did tell me they have a supervisors meeting on the 19th of February, and they should have better insight into where they are in the project. And as soon as we hear, and we have a good rapport with them, we will recommend that they put something out on social media or a press release to acknowledge or let the community know where they're at and what they're hoping to do. I don't know if that answers. That's the best I can do right now.
Quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
It has to do with parking. I'm just confused because parking before was not allowed on the street. on the island, and most of the homes around my area have sold, and they've all been turned into rentals. And they start going to parties. I have one place on my street that rents for 22 people. So are they allowed to park in the street? Because I'm coming home late from work and I find them in my driveway, I find them on my grass, which you all call the easement, but I maintain them. You know, I still have to take care of it.
Well, if you have a problem with parking, you should call us, because we're happy to go out there and investigate, you know, if there's anything that we can do. Curb and gutter, a lot of the streets that have been improved do allow for parking on the side of the street. If somebody's parked in your driveway, I mean, you can initiate with a tow truck to have them removed from your, because they cannot block a private driveway, or we can, and we're happy to go out there. I mean, we will have staff on hand during the month of March that focus specifically on parking and crosswalks. I mean, we have our motorbike patrol that just got 2 new resources that are going to be active. It's a little easier for them to get through traffic and handle these side streets and issues that are arising. But we will be actively working, as we are with the parties, the parking issue. I'm sorry, I know that's, I mean, we'll be there, but you just need to give us a call and let us know so that we can monitor.
I just don't think we're allowed to park on the streets.
If there's curb and gutter, there is. Yes, if there's curb and gutter, I mean, they can't block a traffic lane.
Okay, this is coming in on the live feed from Patty Shipley. Can someone ask about those dangerous crossing lights? So concerning, people don't see them, so they don't stop.
Okay, so when it comes to the crosswalks, we had a press release that we put out a while back where we had some officers run through the protocol when using the crosswalks. We're going to put that out again before March. It's, with the crosswalks, they lit them up pretty much as they can. We're TxDOT, I believe, and I mean, it's Public Works that's been dealing with this issue. But they have the side lights, they have the markings, they have the, and we've been making every effort to manage those crosswalks. We have parking units nearby so that we can actually watch, monitor, and everything. The problem I'm seeing personally, because I've stopped myself, and the lieutenant told me the other day, is you stop in the inside lane to allow somebody enter and commit to the crosswalk, the outside lane is still running. So do you take off as you're in a police unit to stop that person? You really can't, because you're stopped. So they're gone by that time. But that's some of the issues that we've seen. So we notice the issues that you all notice. And it worries us too. So we, like I said, we have motorbike patrol. The lieutenant and I just talked the other day. We're bringing them our asset in every weekend to try and work just specifically crosswalks to show that we are actually making an effort to enforce it and try and keep everybody as safe as possible. But with the design, I mean, it is unfortunately the way it is right now. Anybody else questions? Okay, great. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Captain Osiel Garcia. He's our fire EMS captain, and he's going to bring you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Osiel Garcia. I'm the operations captain for the fire department.
I'm Pedro Garcia, Social Rescue Lieutenant.
Here we go. Well, we come back again to the spring break. Our operation consists of a month of bringing up 4 ambulances. I talked about our staffing. We're fully staffed. We currently have openings for extra personnel as part-time PRN position to upstaff during the spring break time. During the spring break time, we pretty much doubled our operation. We upstaffed to 4 ambulances, 4 first responder trucks, all equipped with emergency personnel, paramedics, and command staff. That's about everything I have. Well, during that time, we'll be operating also for the community center. We'll have 8 beds there available for minor treatment and minor emergencies. We'll be coordinating with the hospitals around the area. We have met already with Valley Regional. They'll be providing some staff along with some of our staff as well. We'll provide minor treatment there. If needed, from there we'll be transporting to the hospital. We are coordinating with the other entities as well. We have coordinated with Los Fresnos. They have a 5-patient ambulance that will be staging there. In case there's an influx of patients, an influx of emergencies, we are capable of handling that. We also are coordinating with the air evac, the air helicopter. They are looking to be staging on the island during that operation period of time, and weather permits for them. They'll be available if there's an extra emergency, there's a causeway problem for whatever reason, delay in transport. They're ready to go and fly over to the hospital location. That's our fire EMS operation, so that's pretty much covered. And I'll turn it over to Lieutenant Pedro Casillas to go over the beach rescue.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Pedro Casillas. I'm the Ocean Rescue Lieutenant. So as soon as you step up to the beach, that's where I come in. Me and my team, we're stoked. I'm hoping it's crazy. I know we love it. You know, we get a Parks EMS, so we always stage at Clayton's. He allows us to have a pretty good area with good vantage points. We go for everybody. But not only are we at the party, we also have a unit patrolling the beach. So with all the families that are just along the beach, we have a unit for them. And we also have people staging at Clayton's. But I don't care if it's 200 people or 200,000 people, we're ready for it. We will come, whatever comes at us. You know, who knows who's going to come, but we're going to be ready. We're here to attack it. We're here to have it all under control. We hope everyone has a safe spring break, and we're just there for safety and make sure everyone has a good time. And that's pretty much all I got. So as soon as you go to the beach, just know the lifeguards got you, and you're like, oh, there's no one going on. It's cool. I know, but we're also doing a lot of EMS stuff. So you see a lifeguard, we're pretty much the front line. We go into the crowd, we get them out, and then we talk to the medics, like, hey, this is what we got, we give back to them, and go back to where we go. So, you know, I like to call ourselves the front line of spring break, because, you know, we're in the trenches in there, you know, and disguised too. They're like, oh, the lifeguards, they don't think they see us coming. They're like, don't be doing that. So, you know, we're there to keep everyone in check as well. So that's all I got. Any questions for any lifeguards out there? No? Yes, sir.
Are you all going to set up any on-site triage for spring breakers, like, or one of the ambulances can it set up in our parking lot there then?
We are looking, yes sir, we are looking to set up either in your area, if it permits with parking and area. We will have an ambulance stage, and looking to stage an ambulance over at White Sands as well, for easy access, easy in and out. Beach Patrol Rescue Division will have a first aid tent provided in that area that you have there. From there, they'll be extracting that patient either through White Sands or through your parking lot, not through the medical facility. Any other questions from anybody? Yes?
Only that I see what you guys do, and you really are saving lives, and so I don't know if y'all get enough appreciation. I see you all summer, I see you there, and y'all are really the heart of the city, the way that you deal with people, rather it's, you know, a sting from a jellyfish or a life-threatening issue. Again, I cannot thank you and your public service to this community enough.
Thank you very much. We love what we do. We love the support that we get from the community, and we love the support that we get from the city itself. We do have every resource that we might need, we will need. Every update, we have it, thanks to the city and thanks to all of you guys. All right?
That's all we got.
Thank you all very much.
All right, guys, get those Speedos out. It's almost spring break. Thank you to the city, to all of the departments. Y'all are amazing, and we feel very privileged to live in a community where we know our police and our fire, and you know, we're all very close. We're very close in the community. I do want to recognize Mayor McNulty is here. Any other city council members? And I also want to recognize Jackie Dempsey, who is our chairman of the board of directors. And Ronnie Gilligan, who is our, what do you call it, chairman? Past chair. There you go. I think that's, is there anybody else on our board that's here? I don't believe so. Okay. I do want to let you know that you can go to the Chamber website, and on the homepage, you can find all of the universities and the dates that they are on spring break. And I think you can actually go through it by date, or you can go through it alphabetically, or just any old way you want. And it's a very long list. So thank you again, you all, for coming. We will see you next month on March the 9th. And don't forget about our Lunch and Learn and the job fair. And stop by and visit us. Have a good one.